Hey y'all, Bite Size Bible in a Year, chronological edition for May 1st. We read 2 Samuel 22 and Psalm 18, which was the same information in both places. I want to encourage you. I know sometimes we're like, I just read this. So here's what I do that makes it a little bit more fun is I look for any additional information the second time I read it. For instance, in Psalm 18, David starts out by saying, I love you, Lord. Well, he didn't say that here in 2 Samuel. So it's kind of cool to go, okay, we get a little bit of a look into his heart when he is speaking these words. And then in Psalm 18:6 at the end, it says, he heard me from his sanctuary. My cry to him reached his ears. Where in 2 Samuel, it just says his cry reached God's ears. So it's kind of cool to find out that it wasn't just a general crying out. It was a crying out to God. God heard it and he listened and then he acted mightily. And so just be encouraged that when we see something repeated, usually it's because it's important, but we can also find additional information that we didn't find the first time around. So it's cool to read it again. Okay, here's what we're doing today. Very short video. This psalm, which is, it's really a psalm at the end of 2 Samuel as well, is just talking about the goodness of God, the action of God, the character of God, and we so desperately need to know these things about God for us as well. For instance, when I read 2 Samuel 7, I thought about when I lost my daughter and I went through that horrible season of darkness and depression where my faith was really uprooted. I had no idea what I really believed about God because I felt very abandoned, unloved, and uncared for. But when I read this, it says, verse 7 of 2 Samuel, but in my distress, I cried out to the Lord. Yes, I cried to my God for help, which I did over and over again during that time. And then it says, he heard me from his sanctuary. My cry reached his ears, and out to the side I wrote, with Gabby, that's my daughter's name, he heard every single cry. And so that's what I want to encourage you to do, is I want you to take a second look at this, either one, you don't have to do it both, but I want you to pick out one verse or one description of God, like where it says, he is my rock, and I want you to write it down. And I want you to meditate on that. Not like, but I want you to think about it. Go, okay, when were you my rock? Or what do I desperately need to know about God that he is or that he will do? Maybe I need to know that he is the power that saves me or will save me or did save me. And spend some time thanking God for that. Spend some time going, God, this is the truth. I know that in this hard time, you hear everything I'm saying and you're acting on my behalf, just like you did here with David. That's what I want you to do. Pick one thing out of what you read and talk to God about it. And remember that it is true for you and it is true for your relationship with God. That's it. A little bit different today. Okay, May 2nd, we are reading 2 Samuel 24, 1 through 9. All of 24, and 1 Chronicles 21, 18, and 22, and we'll talk about it tomorrow.